I'm Blizzard Planet. This is Self-Friendship Podcast, where playfulness meets societal reflection. Through the lens of self-friendship, embracing, understanding, and enjoying ourselves, I hopefully inspire you to critically think, creatively think, and optimistically approach life. Imagine this. You hopped on the band rocket, and now you're on Planit Butter, a world made of delicious, sparkly peanut butter, and an adorable disco ball of self-reflection is whirling around in her transforming convertible. Thanks for joining me in my 43rd episode. Some of what I'll be sharing includes my answer to last week's question of the week, a note on egos, critically thinking with weed, a perspective dance with hot and cold therapy, PBJ Ring of Consciousness in action, new-fashioned irony, and so much more. And, as always, a brand new question for all of us to self-reflect and self-connect, and email me if you desire, selffriendshippodcast@gmail.com. My answer to last week's question of the week, which was, what is something you currently have that you previously desired? For me, it's my villa in Bali. I didn't know it would be Bali, but I've had clarity around the fact that I want an indoor-outdoor home. This actually isn't the first variation of it for me either. To drop in a little reminder dose of my perspective of manifesting, I've shared this with you guys before, which is the key to manifesting is bringing truth to whatever it is you want to actualize. My first degree of bringing truth to this, the indoor-outdoor house, was when I lived in a really cool garage in Venice Beach that opened to a beautiful plant-filled patio. I called it my billionaire garage because I know I'll be a billionaire, and all cool billionaires have their first I started in a garage story. Count me in. So the villa is yet another level of truth to my grander vision of building, designing at least one indoor-outdoor open floor plan home overlooking the ocean, cliffside, with a zip line, slide, and stairs, all as options to go down to the beach. And more. All right. A note on fake work. Ooh. I saw a post about fake work, and the guy defines it as work that makes you feel like you're progressing, but you're not. I think my Planit Butter jet is landing. Do you guys hear that? Wow. Crazy. We're in Los Angeles today, by the way, everybody. So the guy defines it as work that makes you feel like you're progressing, but you're not. He carried on to describe it as work that is not contributing to revenue, like a logo. He acknowledged logos are important, but it's not a direct driving factor for revenue. This is hilarious to me. As usual, unfortunately, it was some big business dude getting hundreds of thousands of likes, blind likes, as I call them, for something that severely lacks critical thinking and intentional thought. The immense support he received on this further fuels the narrative, the follower narrative, as opposed to the advocate narrative Planit Butter is working toward. Sure, if we're thinking one-dimensionally, maybe he's right. If we take a step back, as we like to do on Planit Butter, and invite ourselves to think multi-dimensionally, if we are allowing our inspirations to lead us and we find ourselves working on elements of our bigger vision, that is not fake work. That is amazing. Every tiny detail, every piece of fake work is what creates our big picture. These tiny details, the fake work, fuel a more sustainable business, which actually means more sustainable revenue. To acknowledge this man's point on la money, I'm not saying money isn't inherent in business, obviously. I'm actually saying because it's inherent, if we exclusively focus on it and don't allow ourselves to be freely inspired, it becomes narrow-minded. Sit on that one. Now, why selflessness doesn't exist. There's no such thing as selflessness. When we do something that is not for ourselves, it is still foundationally, which may or may not be a word, and likely subconsciously rooted in self-serving interest. And foundationally, it sounds like a word, but it's underlined, red. I don't know. If it isn't a word, it is now. Add it to Blizzard's Dictionary, Planit Butter Substack. All right. Even when we think an action is selfless, it is still satisfying some sort of selfish need. be it mental, emotional, or physical. When we can own this fact, we can evolve in our self-friendship practice. So when we do something we think is selfless, maybe we can consider asking ourselves what this action satisfies within us. This reflection allows us to better embrace, understand, and enjoy ourselves in the process of doing the perceivably selfless act, ultimately enabling us to offer even more of ourselves to the world. Now, a note on ego. I've got a whole theory deep in the works about the ego. I'm very excited about it. I'm writing a book. There, I did it. Okay. A chapter book this time, not a coffee table book for the lesson, although that one's still a gem. It's right there. I've touched on this a couple of times for you guys throughout the show, the concept of ego. Today, I'm just going to offer you for consideration that our ego, as I see it, is the product of our emotional and intellectual capacity as a result of our capacity for consciousness. I'm going to say it one more time. Our ego, as I see it, is the product of our emotional and intellectual capacity as a result of our capacity for consciousness. Let me know what you think about that. Now, a note on smoking. Smoking, in relation to weed, sounds kind of nasty. Well, it sounds kind of nasty in general, but in relation to weed, it's like a little dirty. So let's change smoking weed to inhaling. We're breathing it in like oxygen from trees, a marijuana plant. It just happens to be on fire. Yay, another thumbs up. I started doing the thumbs up on camera instead of saying ta-da. I used to say ta-da like all the time. Ta-da, and a thumb. Nice. All right. Following that up, critically thinking with weed. For those of you who do smoke weed or inhale weed, I want to put on your radar the consideration of self-friendship, embracing, understanding, and enjoying yourself in relation to your strain selection. If you don't know, there are two primary strains of weed, indica, sativa. Indica is categorized more so as the sleepier strain, whereas sativa is categorized more so as the uplifting strain. Though there's a lot of science behind these marketing frameworks, taking our depth of understanding ourselves into consideration allows us to critically think about our options. For me, with my hyper-excited mind and body that loves physical activity, indica actually brings a degree of ease to my excitement that supports my focus practices while still welcoming my free-flowing ideas. I absolutely love the heightened sensations I experience, so if and when I do smoke, I love smoking just a little bit before working or engaging in physical activity. As for sativa, I found that I actually become overstimulated and sometimes anxious for the so-called uplifting and energizing effects. Self-reflect, self-connect. Which strain is best for you? All right, now a note on knowledge. There is infinite knowledge to consume in this world. Who's to say what's important to know besides you? I know what I know. You know what you know. Together, we can educate each other. That's why it's okay to not know things. Even when it's popular, it's okay. You know a lot of other cool stuff that whoever you're talking to might not know or will be talking to and would benefit from knowing, you know? Now, a perspective dance with hot and cold therapy. Less of a perspective dance, more of a, I just wanted to share this publicly because I think it's funny. Take a hot shower, eat an ice cream sandwich during it. Yes, I did that. It was awesome. I highly recommend it. My favorite ice cream sandwich is Cool House. They have the best cookies and the ice cream tastes like a cloud. Go get it. Now, a note also, if Cool House, if you want to sponsor Self-Friendship Podcast, I accept. Okay, a note on energy exchanges with the physical world. You know how parents tell kids to say bye to things, or hi for that matter? Like I was at the park and this lady said to the child she was with, say bye, Fountain. And on my flight the other day, I was saying hi to this baby and the baby got all excited, started to say hi back to me. But then the mom bends down and goes, say hi. I said to the mom, I go, well, she was saying hi until now. She ruined it. Like, let her be a person on her own. God. All right. Anyway, not the point. So then also one of Planit Butter's Instagram subscribers messaged me observing and appreciating how I say thank you and I love you to things that I care about and or respect. What he doesn't know is that I do that with everything. Anytime I'm anywhere, I say hi when I arrive and thank you when I leave. Not just to people. A table in a cafe, the sun, the plants, the moon, my car, Chippy, my home, my bed, a bathroom, the kitchen, anything. This microphone. Thank you, microphone. See? So I'd love for you to consider speaking kindly to your environment, the physical things around you, the other energies in your environment, like fountains and plants, doors and trees, carpets, rugs, wood floors, marble floors, you name it, all the things. Whatever you have, wherever you are, start saying hi and bye and thank you. Hi, camera. Thank you, camera. I love you, camera. It feels good. Then your energy feels good to the things around you. It's all good. All right. Now a perspective dance with meditation. In episode 39, I offer that meditation can be thought of as marinating. We're soaking in ourselves. Today, I want to offer, what if we considered meditation as a way to slow down the mind rather than quiet the mind, as is commonly said, so that we can better understand how we think, enhancing our daily self-friendship practice of, you know it, embracing, understanding, and enjoying ourselves. And now, another perspective dance with alignment. When we say alignment, what we're saying is our embodiment of our role in the ever-expansive universe. Our connection to the universe is our intuition. The PBJ ring of consciousness begins with prioritizing listening to our intuition. Then the rest of our decisions that follow are led with intuition, which means a greater connection to the universe, which also means we are best serving society, humanity, the universe, because we're acting in accordance to, full circle, our role in the ever-expansive universe. Alignment. Now, a self-friendship article snippet. Signs are the language of the uni. The thing is, us humans often internalize these signs as what we project onto them from our own life experiences and desires, rather than receiving signs as an affirmation of our own alignment, our role in the infinitely expansive universe beyond ourselves. It's tricky. It's in our best interest to not take signs personally, not internalize, yet understand that the signs we receive are personal to us in that moment. Now, the Planit Butter Jet ring of consciousness in action. Intuition, sensations, action, sensations, again, circle again, intuition, and we repeat. To set the scene, around 7 p.m. the other night, my friend asked me my travel plans, and when they seemed geographically irrational to her, she questioned it, as most people would. I said back to her, and I quote, I very sincerely go with the flow. I'm not going to force going somewhere out of convenience when it's not aligned. It's way more convenient to stay aligned. This is where the Planit Butter Jet ring comes in. Intuition told me it was time to leave New York. Sensations told me I don't really know where yet. Side note, I had Dallas tentative and LA tentative for Planit Butter things, yay, but neither were locking in, and as per the universe and the Planit Butter Jet ring, detachment and action, action on my part are required for flow. So I leaned into the circumstances of not knowing and inferring, well, if I'm sensing it's time to leave and nowhere is specifically pulling me, and Bali is my current base, perhaps it's time to go to Bali again. So I take the detached action and begin to book my flight to Bali. This is where the second sensations comes in. I didn't feel alignment in this action, so we circle again to the start of the cycle with intuition. Circle. My intuition said, check my email. I checked while on the phone with the airline, and sure enough, something locked in for Planit Butter in LA. Now we're here. My sensation said, yay! My action then, next circle we're in already, became cancel the booking to Bali, reroute to LA, reroute. Sensations check again, all the fingers, still excited, it's alignment. Now we watch the magic continue to unfold. Intuition, sensations, action, sensations, intuition, keep it moving. All right, now party of one. As a loving reminder, party of one means having fun with oneself, for oneself, as oneself, anywhere, everywhere, no matter who is there. We become our party of one by consistently practicing self-friendship. Each episode, I share little tidbits from my life that happened thanks to me showing up in the world as my party of one. So I was bopping around with Chippy, my darling little convertible. He's a transforming convertible in the book, coffee table book with a lesson, party of one, self-friendship in action. Okay, so we were bopping around the east side of LA, in and out of cafes, parks, and decided I wanted to go to a hot yoga class. I found one nearby starting in the next hour. I didn't have workout clothes with me, and I realized it was more logical to buy a new outfit than to go home based on timing, traffic, all the good things. So I went to the only store nearby that maybe had something for me. They didn't. I decided to show up to the studio anyway, thinking maybe they had a little boutique in the studio, as many of them do. They didn't, but the brilliant manager there, Griffin, offers to let me wear clothes from their lost and found that he assured me they washed. I ended up rocking a pair of men's basketball shorts and a dark green sports bra / tank top situation. Hot. Had a good laugh and put myself front and center in the room as I do. Party of one. Now a note on willingness. As acknowledged just now in my party of one, I was willing to go to the studio without being prepared. Right? Willing to pay for new clothes, all in honor of prioritizing my intuition in the spirit of my self-friendship practice. Feeling the pull to go to hot yoga at that time, at that studio, because in embracing, understanding, and enjoying myself, I know and knew that that will be in my best interest, and trusting I would figure it out and that it would work out however it's meant to as I follow my intuition. Then, when I left the studio, I forgot to get my parking ticket validated and only realized after I pulled out of my parking spot. Instead of going through the whole ordeal of going back inside, I decided I was willing to pay. I've evolved to believe that the extensive effort and attempt to, quote unquote, save money is a form of scarcity thinking. That said, I carried on my way, only to arrive at the exit, unable to easily locate my ticket. The car behind me, beep, beep, beep. I decided I'll reverse out, and then I can take time to find my ticket. Within 2 seconds, a guy magically appears. Meanwhile, there was nobody waiting at the gate, manning the gate before, like when I arrived or leave. Like, he just appeared, seriously. He asks me if I lost my ticket. And I thought he was just being friendly because there was no uniform he was wearing or anything that I could tell. And so I said, I'm digging for it. And he said, I'll help you out this time. And I was like, but don't lose it again. And I was like, oh, he must work it. Great. So clearly he did work there, considered my parking validated. My sincere willingness to execute something regardless of the perceivable circumstances within my own world creates space for the external world, the universe, to offer its magic. Self-friendship is prioritizing our own best interest because we know that the universe has our back when we do so. Ta-da! Now, new-fashioned irony. I love some good new-fashioned irony. I've traveled a healthy dose of this earth and have experienced countless yoga and honestly all other types of workout classes where I get in trouble for operating independently. Whew. It hurts my brain to think about the level of obscene control issues, rather the lack of self-control issues that exist in this world, resulting in the attempt to control others, even in places like the gym. The gym, a place to freely move and express our bodies, not have a dictator. It's a place we can practice connecting our minds and bodies, listening to our body to indulge in expressing its physical cravings. Workout classes are a place to learn, a place for suggested timing, suggested motion, suggestions, options. As for the Planit Butter Jet Ring of Consciousness, prioritize our intuition, check in sensations, take action, check sensations again, circle forward to intuition. I'm not responsible for your distraction. The only instructor in the entire world, and again, I have traveled the world, not all of it, but some of it. And the only instructor who has ever genuinely encouraged independent practice is Heather Thrills. Find her at Heather Thrills on YouTube and everywhere else. She's based in LA, but she's international. Now, a note on my Planit Butter Jet. I was talking to somebody about my Planit Butter Jet, PBJ, and they said, that's really expensive. And I said, first of all, who said I'm buying it? You're thinking small. Obviously, someone's going to pay me to customize and fly the Planit Butter Jet. Think critically, think creatively, be conscious, trust your intuition, be confident about what it is you want in this lifetime, and be open to expanding it. Planit Butter Jet. And lastly, the question of the week. What is something you're knowledgeable about that's not perceivably common knowledge? Let me know. selffriendshippodcast@gmail.com. To be notified of new episodes and receive more playfully helpful content, sign up for Planit Butter's Substack publication. The link is in the show notes. And the world's first coffee table book with a lesson, Party of One, Self-Friendship in Action, is available internationally on planitbutter.com. Please continue to enjoy and review Self-Friendship Podcast. It's super helpful. Thanks for landing on Planit Butter. I'll see you next Thursday. From my planet to yours.